Hello everyone, my name is Nate Lex and welcome back to XDex. Today I'm going to be teaching you a move of mine called Backbend. You just saw it in the trailer and I wanted to let you guys know that it is an intermediate to advanced move, so if you're not getting it the first try and you're a beginner, then just practice it a couple of times or keep practicing your cardistry and I promise you'll get better at it. Wanted to jump into a couple of the prerequisites, so Z-grip is obviously one, and then potentially swivel cuts is just a good one to know, but that's all the prerequisites you really know, and otherwise I'll walk you through the cut. So let's jump into the tutorial. So you want to begin in Z-grip, kind of raised Z-grip. I normally do this move. If you know Z-grip that looks like this, you're going to actually want to do the Z-grip where the pinky goes at the back and you raise up into Z-grip like this. So if you guys don't know Z-grip, please look that up. That'll help. So what you want to do is your thumb in your dealer's grip hand is going to push the top middle side of this packet and it's going to slide down the bottom of this top packet in the Z-grip like this. It's going to slide like that. And then your index finger on this hand is going to pull this way and your thumb's going to meet back up here. So it'll look like this in motion because you're going to be opening it up to do all this fancy stuff. So what happens is your thumb pushes down that on that short side, pushing it down the top packet. Your thumb now slides up this packet to meet your index finger and will pull this way like this. And here's what's going to happen. You want to be able to let go with that index finger. It's now taken over by the thumb. And you'll be in this position. So this bottom packet will cradle in your index and pinky finger. There will be a packet between your middle and your thumb, kind of ring middle and thumb depending on how you do biddle grip, and then the top packet, which is just in basic biddle grip. With this index finger here, you're going to reach up to the middle packet and now split it like this. So you should be in this weird, almost stair-stepping grip. That's really hard to hold. Give me a second. Push to there. Open up that packet, and what happens here is, I guess another prerequisite I didn't mention is a scissor cut. If you guys don't know how to do a scissor cut, you definitely need to look that up. I'll make sure that's mentioned somewhere. So you push here, thumb goes to meet the index finger, it replaces the index finger, so you can go into this grip. Index finger grabs the top here and splits this packet. Then what happens here is your top hand, the wrist turns down a little bit, so you've got two face down packets on the top and bottom, and you have two face up packets in the middle. What happens here is you pull this packet out and do a scissor cut like this, just so that this corner, well, let me do this in one separate hand so you can see it. So it'll be like this. You'll be in a position like this. What you're going to want to do is pull out like you're doing a scissor cut, which means your pinky and ring and middle are going to extend out like this. Your pinky is going to try to curl in to leave space. So if you can, you'll hold the packet in this part of your hand with just your ring and your pinky finger like this. Balance kind of with your middle if you have to, but that's how it happens because you want this corner right here on this packet to clear. So you're here, open it up, you want it to clear over, and what you want to happen is when your pinky lets go, it'll put pressure on this top corner here, and if you hold it loosely between this thumb and this index finger, it'll turn like that. And that's what's going to happen in this packet cut. So you push with your thumb down that side, down the bottom of that packet, thumb replaces the index separates this packet, and now what you're doing is with these fingers here, you're swinging back. So you need to be able to do a swivel cut. And so you want to pivot back like this. And this opens up. And you're in this position that looks like this. It's really cool. So this is kind of like sideways. What happens here is you essentially try to turn your wrist down more. And your thumb can get out of the way and kind of pull this in. And it's really hard to do slow. But this is what it's going to close. It's going to look like that. So from this position, index comes here, your wrist kind of moves this so it swivels from here to kind of open up, and then your middle ring are going to push the packet, I almost pushed it out of my hand, this packet up towards these, and it's going to close like that. So in slow motion, it'll look like this. Open, packet gets pushed towards this closed one, so you could almost do that and then drop this other one on top. But it's cooler when it looks like they're all closing together. So it's kind of like three packets sliding into one, like that, if that makes sense. So we'll do that one more time. Split that packet, come out. Then essentially like this thumb essentially moves it all together as you close it all. And then this packet that's up this way will fall into it. One more time. Like that. So the thumb's going to push this card over and pull the top packet in, and this should all close together. Then what happens is one of my favorite parts of the move, where you open it up like this, This goes this way. Now what happens here is you're left with a packet essentially between your middle and ring in this hand in biddle grip. And then this packet right here is left kind of just sitting in this weird place. So what I do is, and this is kind of how I do my Charlier cuts, so I apologize for people who think this is weird. Your middle finger and your ring finger on the bottom of this are going to push it up towards your thumb, like this. So almost like you're doing half of a thumb cut, just with one packet. If you can do a thumb cut, then you can hold it over with your thumb. I can't, so I usually just do this. I hold it on the top side, it's kind of weird. But you push it up to meet your thumb, whether that's leaning against your thumb. If you can't do a thumb cut or any of that, you can hold it up to thumb cut position if you can hold it, which I barely can. And if you do it like me, you can push it up and your thumb can ride the top side. Here's the other packet. If you guys have learned Tuscaloosa, I used this kind of movement before. I have used this movement before as well, excuse me. Which is what happens is this index finger rides down the packet here, hooks itself underneath that bottom short side, and now you're left with a packet between your ring and your index, and it's really weird. But then when your wrist turns over, so you turn that card face up, your thumb kind of gets behind it on the face, the back facing side or the back side, and then we'll push like this and meet your index finger and it'll flop forward. So in slow motion, you'll be doing this, and then your thumb pinches against your index and kind of your middle while this is pushing up, and then that drops in here and your thumb can close it like that. But obviously you'll probably see in the trailer there's a little subtlety that's a little different. Where I closed this, my hand is left here, and if you leave your hand here, you can actually do something like that to turn it over and close it really cleanly, and it adds just a little more flourish to the end of this move. So I'll go through from the beginning, and I'll teach you that last part. So remember, open up to Z with the pinky at the back, push that short side with the thumb, come here, thumb comes to the back to go with the index. Index is replaced to open up this packet, or yeah, index is replaced by the thumb. This packet opens up. This packet swivels 90 degrees this way to open. This makes sure that it clears, gets underneath that bottom packet so that when the thumb pushes forward towards your hand, that can all close together. These fingers, middle and ring on the bottom side of this now, at the same time that the index finger is going back on this packet, flip that up, lean it in here, and then your thumb can let go or push and this closes. Then with this hand, your dealing hand, so your right or your left, depending on what you use, you can grab underneath like this, or like this, depending on how you want to grab it. With your index middle, kind of like this. I do it like this, and then what happens is you're left in this position, and your thumb and your index grab the packet like this and start to turn it down this way. So what you want to is, essentially what's happening is your index finger on the back top middle is pushing up towards your body, while this hand is moving the opposite way. So you're essentially making it tumble like this towards yourself. So this, my thumb usually pushes this way, while my index pushes back. And then what happens is the thumb pushes over this direction while the index lays down and it pushes it on top. It's kind of hard to do it in slow motion. Let me see if I can do it in a little faster motion to show you what it looks like. There we go. And that's how you finish the move for Backbend. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. This one's pretty hard if you're a beginner, so I definitely recommend going through the video a couple times because it's going to be fairly difficult, but it is a fun looking move, especially if you get the speed up on this one. And if you push, when you do this push packet, if you do that towards the lens, towards your camera, you'll see in the trailer that I did that it makes it look really cool. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Enjoy the slow-mos that I'm going to include, and then I'll see you in the outro. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the tutorial for Backbend. It's a really fun move to learn and to teach, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, it is an intermediate to advanced move, so please be gentle with yourself when you're correcting yourself. Promise, cardistry is a hard art form, and please go easy on yourself when you're practicing these things. You don't learn it overnight, you learn it over 9 years, like I have. Without further ado, let's jump into housekeeping. So if you guys don't know, I work for X-Dex, that is x-dex.com. We resell decks of rare playing cards. If they sold out on a drop, you guys can probably pick them up in our store. We also make our own cards, and we're starting to work on other things that our store is going to stock. So that's super cool. Also, I teach online, and you can follow us on multiple social media platforms. So check out our Instagram, that is xdex rare cards, and you guys can follow us there. It's super fun. I love interacting with you guys. I answer all the comments in the DMs. Please tag us if you guys learned a move from our channel or are making a move inspired by one of the moves. I love seeing it, commenting, interacting. It's one of my favorite things of my job, so please interact with me there. You can also join our Discord. I'm working on something like office hours, so we can pick a day during the week that'll always be on at this time so you can jam. But we have a little community started there, and people want contests to get started, so I'm gonna have to start picking that up, and we'll do that, I'm guessing, soon. If you guys want to throw comment ideas about what we should do on the Discord or anything like that, or office hour times, throw those in the comments. I'd love to see it. So like this video, leave a comment about any one of those things. If you like this move, whatever. We're closing in on 4,000 followers on Instagram, almost at 1,000 followers on, or 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's a little subscribe button down below. I think the notifications help, who knows. But would love to see you guys on here. Love interacting with you guys and answering the comments here. And if you need any help, well, you're welcome to join our Discord, message us on Instagram, or leave a comment on here of any of these moves. I feel like I've been rambling for a while, and I am in a bit of a pinch making this tutorial. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.